turn this back over to our host for tonight, Dr. Francois Fong, the program director of the new HealthTech vertical, CEO of Neo Health, and I'll let him introduce himself in a little bit more detail. Francois?
Thank you, John, and good evening, everyone. So my name is Dr. Francois Fong. John, can you share the screen for me?
Yeah, so give me 1 second. Here we go.
Good, John. Okay, so everyone, I'm program director for the HealthTech vertical. So John, can we start the next slide? Just a little bit of introduction for myself. So I did my study in Australia, so received my medical degree in Monash University. So whilst doing my medical degrees, I was thinking whether I should be a researcher. So I spent 1 year doing a research degree, a medical science degree. And then after that, I decided it's probably better to hire someone, some PhD to do the research than doing the research myself. So I broadened my knowledge into health informatics. So I was very interested in developing a computer system in clinical management. My 2 other master degree, one in family medicine and one in sexual health. So all these degrees were done in Australia. So I returned to Hong Kong in year 2000. And in 2008, I started my own medical practice. So we started Neo Health as Neo Health Medical Center, as well as Hong Kong Sexual Health Centers. So my specialization is in sexual health. And further, I think to broaden and also to make our business more unique, we branch out into other areas, like in pharmaceutical. So we set up Neo Farm. We set up our own laboratory service. So we started Nova Diagnostics. And also we develop our own clinic management system in-house, and with a view to actually also make it commercial product. So we started Neo Health Informatics. In about year 2017, we enter into Hong Kong Science Technology Park. So we started NH Life Sciences, which I will talk about a little bit more later on. And at the same time, we expand into China and also Malaysia in just before COVID. So John, next slide, please. So this just a brief background about myself. So in terms of our R&D project and our involvement in Hong Kong Science and Technology Park, we set up new NH Life Sciences. We have our own research, as well as we collaborate with many different science park companies. And NAMI is one of the companies we collaborate at the earlier stage. I think we started to engage them in about year 2021. So in the past 3 years, we developed a new product called NanoSwab. And this NanoSwab has recently just received the Edison Award, a bronze prize, and also the Geneva International Exhibition Award, a silver medal. So I think is what I really want to encourage people is, no matter what profession you are, you always should have an innovation mind to think of something new and something different. And apart from this collaboration with NAMI, I also have another collaboration project with DTech. DTech is a Laurent's company. So I actually met Laurent initially through Science Park. So we have another project on nanoparticle diagnostic products. And because of my clinical experience, we're also engaging with another China company called Jin Yang Technology, which focus on AI in endoscopy. And currently we are running research project with BGI, CUHK Hong Kong, and also Hong Kong University on male HPV and also other sexual health products or research. So currently I'm teaching part-time as a honorary assistant professor in Hong Kong U and CUHK. We're also coordinating an education course for insurance agents to enable them more health and medical related knowledge to enable them to have broader knowledge about health insurance products. So recently, I also joined Founders Institute and taking care of the healthcare or health tech vertical. So next, John. So you may wonder what this health tech vertical is all about. Now, being an entrepreneur and also a clinician, I think gone through many company as startup. So we know how you feel. So I think the importance, not yet, John. So having the core program give you an introduction about what and how to start a company, and with various specialties, we want to enable you to have better understanding of what you get involved when you have a healthcare company. So there are 3 sections of the health tech verticals. Section 1, we want to give an introduction of the 3 main categories in healthcare. Number 1, clinical service. Number 2, medical devices, which involve digital diagnostic products, wearable products, and other diagnostic products. And number 3 is pharmaceuticals. And each one of them have different regulatory and compliance needs. So the next area, we want to give more concept about what the healthcare system is, and a little bit more about biostatistics and also epidemiology. Next, John. And importantly also, who funds the healthcare system and where the money is coming from. So for people who engage in the laboratory, want to give the founders better understanding what the public and private health system is about, and to try to navigate it and to find their final customers. And then also on health fundings, whether the funding is coming from insurance company, from government, or from individuals for fee for services. Number 3, next please, John. So finally, as we mentioned before, different areas of whether it's clinical service, whether it's medical devices or pharmaceutical, there are different regulatory bodies to govern them, to how to navigate through them and try to get your product and devices registered is very important. And finally, how to gain user acceptance, whether the final user being a doctor, other healthcare professionals, or a direct-to-consumer product. So I think these 3 areas are very important for founders to think about and to get better knowledge, so that apart from going how to take your product from the laboratory to the bedside. Next, John. So this is my contact information. So you can either contact me directly or to contact John for administrative inquiries. Next, John. So this is the local chapter registration link. So if you're interested, you can click onto it and register with our next local chapter. Next, John. So today or tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce 3 of our heavyweight speakers on 3 different areas. And all these 3 areas are very important for entrepreneurs and founders to think about. Our first speaker is Dr. T.L. Lee, who is a founder for Egg-Logics. We call him the egg expert. So he will introduce himself later on, give you a bit more background. I think he's a very good example for someone as a researcher to bring the idea and how to go through the different process and eventually bring it into clinical practice. And our second speaker is Scarlett Chen. Scarlett is the managing partner for Verge HealthTech Fund. It's very important to also for your business to think about what the investors, from the investors' point of view, how to raise money and what's important for them. So Skylar going to share us today from an investor's perspective, how they see or how they would invest in a health tech company. And finally, Polly Wong is the principal and Chinese patent attorney. And Polly, we are using her services as well to register our patents. So it's also very important to protect your intellectual properties, no matter what your product or services are.